Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today I'm going to do a features inspection of the new flagship of the SUV lineup for Riviera, the 645 SUV. They've taken everything they've learned from the entire SUV lineup and the entire Riviera line in general and put it all into this boat. Wait till you see. We'll start right here in the galley and salon area where there's a large amount of luxury. They went with high gloss walnut. Of course, you can go with the satin finish. Corian counters, Riviera went with a waterfall effect instead of putting wood onto the side, and I really like the way that came out. It blends nicely with the wood going along to the side for the drawers. 1, 2, 3, 4 refrigerated drawers. There can be any combination of refrigerator and freezer that you like. There's a dishwasher, also in a drawer style. Miele cooktop, and I'm happy to see that there is a vent fan just above, and we have excellent visibility out the side windows and the forward windshields. And I also like how the bright colors are offset by the dark walnut. The island is largely dedicated to storage and additional serving area. In the center of it, there's a covered double basin stainless steel sink. The underside of the large cover is a cutting board. And I'm happy to see that the covers for the sink get dedicated storage. Now, a lot of thought went into the positioning of this island to ensure that it doesn't impede into any of the usable space between the galley or the salon, and I think they really did a good job on it. On the front of the island, there's a TV that's facing the couch, L-shaped sofa. There's a cleverly hidden dining table inside the sofa if you choose to dine inside instead of out in the mezzanine area, which we'll cover later on. Moving ahead, there's another serving area with more Corian counter trimmed in the beautiful high gloss walnut, and we can lift this up to access the stemware underneath. Down below there's storage, including dedicated storage for an ottoman that can be put in front of the sofa. There's also an extra shelf for the wine chiller, which is located just over to the port hand side. And then we have additional storage just behind. Now, to the starboard side, there's a wet bar, and notice there's a stool in the center of it, and Riviera added the thoughtful touch of putting a cable down to the bottom so that it remains in position in a seaway. But let's remove it right now so we can point out some of the features. The forward section has plenty of storage for glasses, ice bucket, refrigerated drawers, pull-out area for cutting boards. There's even a pull-out trash receptacle, and then more stemware storage. Just above, serving area and a sink. Now, when you have the stool in this position, notice we also have a little step here, so this becomes a little seating area and observer station for while the boat is underway. Very clever area, and there's a lot of options available. Riviera will pretty much do whatever you want in this area. Overhead, there's a sunroof with a blackout screen, as well as a shade screen. I'm always happy to see a grab handle running down the length of the overhead. It signals a boat that's designed to be away from the dock. And because this is a boat that's designed to be a do-everything sort of a boat, take a look at this. Beautiful storage area. Personally, I would be putting rod holders up there and run them down the length of this storage compartment. And it's also repeated to the other side. Sport utility vehicle indeed. It's clear to see that Riviera put a lot of thought into both the luxury and the entertainment capabilities of this interior space, and I think they really did a good job on it. But the entertainment also carries along to the exterior of the vessel as well. So let's move aft and we'll start taking a look at that. It begins with blending the interior with the exterior as we open up this aft window. Now we step out into this raised mezzanine area, which starts with L-shaped seating over to the starboard side, wrapping around a beautifully finished wood table on 2 fixed pedestals. There's a grab rail going all the way around with beverage holders, and of course the table is expandable. There's an ottoman just underneath to expand on the seating. Directly across, there's a bench seat. Now, this can easily be converted into a daybed, and it's also an elegant solution for converting it into a daybed, much like we saw the elegant solution for bringing out the table in the salon couch. And just ahead, there's more counter space, as well as an ice maker and trash receptacle. This is all under the protection of the overhead that slopes upward but has an average height of 7 feet 9 inches, and there's an electrically actuated sunroof in the center of it. And just to port, there's a drop-down TV. 1, 2, 3 steps down brings us to the aft deck, 6 feet 2 inches by 15.4. The bulwarks come up 30 inches. And this brings us to all the options that we can use this for. Probably the most popular going to be for fishing, because in the transom we have an aerated live well. Forward we also have an electric grill. Happy to see that there's a cutoff switch. Alongside there's a sink. And over to the opposite side, what are we going to do with all our catch? Put it into freezer space. This can also be optioned out for just refrigeration. To the port quarter, it's a remote control for the swim platform. It has a lift capacity of 450 kilograms or 992 pounds. It can also be elevated higher for when we're underway. Notice the optional extended awning with the rear camera as well. All around the deck, storage, 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 and more storage. There's even storage above. But I have to give Riviera credit for the most clever storage right along the side that goes way deep for something like a boat hook. Entertainment continues up in the bow. Now notice there are 1, 2, 3, 4 pedestal mounts, so we can put a large sunshade here. Bow entertainment zone has a lot of options. We can have the L-shaped seating like we have here, or go with just this long bench seat. Large table in front. We can have a sun pad in front, or 2 large sun loungers to both sides. Now there are storage compartments to both sides. One of them houses the stereo, but we don't really care that it's inaccessible because we'll be controlling everything from our phone via Bluetooth. Now let's take a look at the accommodations. There are 2 choices. 4 staterooms with 3 heads or 3 staterooms with 3 heads. Both will have optional crew quarters available. This yacht has the 4 stateroom version. Let's take a look. We'll start aft with the full beam master stateroom. Well, beautiful job on this stateroom. Full beam, so hull side windows to both sides with opening port lights, and they are sending a signal to the helm when they are open. Centerline berth, 77 by 70 inches. 7 feet 5 inches of overhead clearance. Gotta love that. TV on the forward bulkhead, 42 inches. The high gloss walnut treatments that we saw on the main deck continue down here, only they did a beautiful job of highlighting the plush treatments on the headboard with it. Really like how they did it. Nice curve to the headboard as well. Just a stunning job that they did here. There's storage above times 3. There's a storage credenza below, leather to the surface. Again, the high gloss walnut. iPad being charged over here that's connected to the C-Zone system, so everything can be controlled from that. Storage drawers underneath. To the side, there's deep storage and a deep hanging locker. Now looking over to the port hand side, there's a standard sofa that could be replaced by the same credenza that we see to the starboard side. I have to say this lounge seat is not only a comfortable seat, but it's at a right height to enjoy the view from out the window. And way over to the front side of the couch, there's the climate control. I'd like to see that move next to the berth. Additional storage is under the port side of the berth. And I should mention electric blinds to both hull side windows. Now this starboard side door leads us to the master head. This has storage over the hull side window. There's Corian counter with a vessel sink up on top, storage underneath. We see more of the gloss finished walnut wood. There's a walk-in shower and also heated rails. The porcelain toilet is electric flush. There's also another door here that leads us to the optional crew quarters or standard storage space, and another door in there that leads us to the engine room. All of that will be covered in another video. Be sure to look for it. Next, we have a twin berth stateroom to port. Each berth is 73 by 29. Got a hull side window, again with an opening port, storage just above. There's a hanging locker, switch inside, allows the outside berth to swing in and make one larger berth. Once the two come together, there's a small filler space that can be completed with a small cushion. Notice once the two berths come together, another nightstand is exposed. There's storage underneath each berth. There's a 24-inch TV on the forward bulkhead and then a door leading to the shared head. This also has a separate entrance from the corridor, so it does double duty as a day head. Now let's check out the VIP fully forward. Well, this is the typical layout of an island berth, center mounted. There's access to both sides. It's 78 by 59 inches. Headroom is 6'5", 3 feet 5 inches above the berth. There's hull side windows to both sides, hatches just above with blackout shades. I'm also happy to see Riviera utilize the storage above the hull side windows. Not a lot of manufacturers do that. There's additional storage underneath the berth, and there's also a private ensuite head. Now this last stateroom at the bottom of the companionway I've saved for last because this is the optional stateroom. In this case, it's an over-under berth stateroom. We can option this one out for a lower lounge. SUV stands for Sport Utility Vessel. That means it has to do it all. It's a cruise boat, it's a dive boat, it's a fish boat. It can cruise whether it's calm waters or plowing through 10-foot seas. It looks good, it's got the great fit and finish. Everything that you want on a boat just seems to be coming together in this one. It's the epitome of everything that Riviera has put into their whole SUV line, and it does it so well. And that's my full features inspection of the 645 SUV from Riviera. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve, and we'll see you on the water.